So what's up, guys? Back again with another installment of the build. Right, I must be up to 9 or so installments of this now, maybe more. I'm not counting anymore. So I did a little bit of stuff off cam before I started this one. I just put the Traxxas wheels on the wheelie bar, and we'll see if it goes on or not. And we have a finished body with magnetic connections, and it pretty much just plops right on there. Yeah, it needs a little work, but it goes on, which that's the gig. So it's on. You know, I can't quite pick it up by the body, but it goes on, it stays on, and yeah, it looks good. Turned out pretty well. It's not perfect, but it's definitely good. So other than that, we are going to fix the shocks. So I have shocks and a couple other little doodads here. I got some armor for the bottom of the truck here, and we just might start with that because it's pretty easy to install, and it's forgiving too. So yeah, why don't we try that? So we'll flip this over and you guys can get a Google of the underside, which I guess it's not that much to look at, but it's something. Yeah, let's go. So if this runs any more than about I don't know, 15 or 20 minutes, we'll see if I can fit in an extra little surprise for y'all. Oh, come on. There we go. So, two nice pieces of stainless steel. Looks like it was cut out by a laser. And yeah, I got 2 screws on the back side, and these things just drop right in on top, and that's it. Honestly, they could probably stay on just like that, but that's not going to happen. All right, let's put a screwdriver in there and make something happen. I'm probably going to have to use my one with the angle to the dangle. We'll see. No, I don't. Oh yeah, that's in there. Good. Yeah, so it's been a minute since I did one of these. I don't know. I think I've not made a video for 2 weeks, maybe longer. Might be a month. I don't know. I'll have to check. But yeah, I've been doing other stuff, and still been doing a little bit of RCing. I went crawling up on the peninsula, just about Port Angeles. Yeah, there's a place up there, and it's absolutely huge. And yeah, it was fun. Crawlers, and there's a huge like track. It's all outdoors, so yeah, I was very pleased to see that. All right, come on. There we go. Probably should be showing you guys what this is, but I'll show you on the other one, I guess. go. Yeah, basically this just screws right into the diff housing cover on the back side of the axle housing. Which this one side is like giving me trouble. There we go. Yeah, push down, then it goes in. Alright, time to use a power tool so I can not be in an odd position for too terribly long. Oh, there we go, that's probably better, right? I can't get that in there, so that's probably why I did it with the wobble the first time. I suppose I could have taken it off the links, and that would have made it a lot easier, but I'm not trying to like take anything apart that I don't have to, so only use a little bit of muscle, take a little bit of time, not strip a screw out, or rather strip a screw in. My little dog is in here. And yeah, there we go. One piece. Alright, we'll move on to the middle and then see how we go. This is the one that's actually going to take a little bit more, and I'm going to have to pull a lot more. Actually, that might have been the best thing to do. Just take the center part out here. Oh, hello, Cheeto. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, my little dog, he's so great. Yeah, I hear you, Cheeto. Yeah, do you need to be the star of this installment of my build? I think he's saying yes. He's just putting his feet on my leg. Yeah, he's a good little boy. A little 4.5 pound Chihuahua. I'm giving a little credit. He's only 4.25 pounds. Yeah, he pretty much looks like a snack. He is such a small thing. About the size of a chicken. Alright. Now that's going to be much easier to do, I think. Can I reach? I think so. All right, so that was way easier to do it that way. Maybe not. I hear the crows outside. Yep, I live in the Pacific Northwest, so I got all sorts of animals that are always nearby. And too bad this screw hole is not where I need it to be. I think it's just the piece of metal's a little bit bent, which that's okay. I bend it back. I think I had to do that last time I did this too, is I had to kind of manipulate them a little bit because they're not quite bent as far as I needed them, or rather they're bent too far. All right, that was that. Test fit this to see how wide I gotta go here. Go back in. Okay, I do go on the outside, which that's fine. Boy, this just got more challenging all of a sudden, because now I'm gonna have that bar that I pulled out put back in. Let's put that down for now. No big deal. I just got to think about it a little differently, that's all. Oh, this will help if I do it the other way. cool. That makes much more sense. Order of operation, that's what I was figuring out. Let's put this drive shaft back in. All right. And we'll take one side and try to grab the end of that screw. All right, cool. That was probably the hardest part right there. And we'll put on one side. Let's get a little assistance here. There we go. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, as some folks that are out there have said before. All right, one more again. There we go. And just find the end there. Do not cross thread it. And my little star has returned. My little dog. My little dog Cheeto. Okay. One more time. With no oops. I'm gonna have to actually use this to remove it. Maybe not. It's just under load, that's all. Hey, look at that. Amazing. Alright, let's try to keep the drive shaft in this time since I don't need to really undo it. This side should be a little easier only because the other side's somewhat tight. Still have to find alignment though. Which, that's usually not a big deal. Probably don't really need this armor on the bottom, but it sure adds a little something to it and makes the truck just a little bit more substantial. This is supposed to be a race truck, so I'm actually adding weight where I don't really need to, but criteria is supposed to be for this type of truck, it's supposed to be like 9 pounds or something, and there went the drive shaft. That's all right. Well, at least I got a little bit of free hardware out of this. I'm not having to reuse or use the hardware that came with the kit, because this is a new build. Now, this is what I would call a it's from a kit, but it can't be considered a kit build because the kit is marketed as an upgrade, not a standalone kit for building a truck. It's the chassis is the kit. Everything else you have to pull off of your other truck. That's your donor truck. Or rather, the truck you're upgrading, and then it has to go on to here. And if that's not the case, you need to, yeah, find all your parts, right? And that can be a logistical nightmare. It's not exactly a nightmare, but it's got its challenges. I'm not gonna lie. I've had a lot of funky chicken. Well, not really funky chicken, but there's been challenges that I've had to overcome, which was more than I had considered initially. So, yeah. If you want a challenge, build one of these from parts, not, well, yeah, you can't really, yeah, you can upgrade one from out of the box, or you can get a chassis somehow and then upgrade it that way. Come on. Maybe I need to do this a little differently and do it by hand, which that's kind of annoying. Here we go. Yep, a little bit of finger pressure. Help get it started, and then it will be fine. What happened? Oh, that's what I lost. Okay. This puppy back on there. And then now I get to sneak that last ball end, or rather spherical bearing rod end in there, and then try to grab that other screw. Alright, that wasn't too bad. There we go, I had it in my left. Alright, so not too bad for putting on armor. That's probably been about 15 or 20 minutes that it took me. Check the time on the camera and let you guys know in about a second. Yeah, we're at about 23 minutes. So, yeah, 15 minutes. But I've been yapping, so yeah, I figure that's probably about it. About 15-minute job to put that on here. And yeah, while we're at it, let's take off these shocks and put on a different set, since I got these Pro-Line ones here. I got them all juiced up and ready to go. I think I put 60 weight in them. Is it a 7? No, it's not. It's 5.5. Let's put away some tools here so I don't get overly confused or overwhelmed. Free hardware. Let's see, that one can go to the bin. So, I think I'm going to try something different this time with my suspension. So I've got these other Losi dampeners that I kind of want to put on here, but I don't really have a way to do it. I guess I gotta get some more of them, the posts that come with some of the other parts. Anyway, shock posts. I need some of them. Can I even put that on there? Do I need that spacer? I think I do. Putting shocks on is really easy. It's just a matter of like how you wanna roll, literally. Where's my stationary one? It's one thing to use your tools to take off things, but putting them back on by hand is much better. I usually do case by case, so it's just a matter of preference, but sometimes I'm using them to put them on, sometimes I don't. They just don't look right. It's probably because it's not. There we go. That one's on 5, which I guess that's okay. That's better. Compress spring. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to move these shock posts too, because I don't like where it's landing right now. So that's what I'm gonna fix. Boy, that was rather convenient. This 7mm is like just long enough to handle the deep well or the length of the post. So I guess I'll put it right there and see how it works. Yep. I'll do one on the front and then one on the back, and then I'll have a real good idea on what I need to do for the other side, and it'll go really fast because I've already done it once. So that should have been just about perfect. It's awfully awful lot of play. I don't like it. Almost felt like I need some spacers so that the shocks are not rubbing, which that seems to be the case. Yeah, I think I put that in the wrong place. So fun. Sure, let's try that. That's not horrible. Other than getting my wrench in there. That's horrible. No, not really. See if I can get my fat finger in there instead. Why, sure, I can get my fat finger in there. Why couldn't I just hold it with the wrench? Alright, one more again. Put that out of the way. That's not bad. I kind of like it. What hole on the bottom? 3. Yeah, I'll go 3. 3 from the front. There we go. Yeah, I gotta put a spacer in there. That just ain't right. There's like, I need like an 1/8 of an inch spacer on there. Wow. So I got them red ones. Yeah, that's a good question. And where are those parts? Yeah, this was an unexpected deal. All right. Thankfully, I know where my extra parts are. That is not threaded down there. I have to use some sort of spacer. What else do I have here? So sorry guys, I'm rummaging through parts to solve a problem. Thankfully I saved just about every scrap that I make or don't use. I retain. This box actually has a lot of good stuff in it. Those spacers? No, those are... Well, let's see if I can't finagle something with using some of the bling that they sent with the chassis. Yeah, I opted not to use a whole lot of the bling. I think I can get away with this right here. We'll use 2 of these. Matter of fact, we'll use them this other. We'll make it like an hourglass, since these are both conical, and then they have a recess in the proverbial top of them. And I'll put them back to back, which that's not bad, but it only gives me a little bit of threads. Okay, so I was right to do it the other, or to think the other way. But yeah, I think I'm gonna put them back to back and see if that gives me the distance I need. I like that much better. At least as far as how many threads I can get on there. Yeah, I'll take that. That's way better. And it also looks good enough too. The aesthetics of it. Looks good. Yeah. All right, let's do the back one. And honestly, that's about where it's at now. Well, shoot. Yeah. Okay. I'll try it. I didn't think that the front and the back were going to be the same, but if they are, it makes sense, you know. This is 4-wheel steer, so it would make sense that they would be set up the same. Because traditionally, the front and the rear do not match. They're their own business. Yeah, this is off by like 1 hole on the top, so that makes me feel a little bit better. They're literally like 1 hole difference. Excuse me. Well, that's not so bad, I guess. Pretty straightforward. Yeah, it looks like it'll soak up everything. Yeah, it'll be better once I get the other side on, but yeah, I think that's pretty much it. No sense in me showing you guys doing the other side, so I think I'm just going to call the video right there, and yeah, just figure I'm going to do the other side just the same way I did, and yeah, that's it. I got to figure out a solution for this because it just does not have enough space. You know, I can put it like right here, but look, it don't have nowhere to, it needs to be out like here. And that's like a big gap, you know. Big gap, big gap. Anyways, that's kind of my next problem that I'm going to figure out. So, till then, I see you. Thanks for swinging in. Bye.